Boat owners have a saying, a boat is just a hole in the water where you throw money. Well, in today's cruise news, I'm going to tell you about a cruise ship that has become a massive money hole to the tune of over $4 million in docking fees alone. I'm talking about the SS United States, a historic cruise ship that is currently facing eviction from one of the few piers in the United States that is suitable to house her. But she didn't start out life this way. At 990 feet long and 12 decks high, outfitted with the most fashionable styles of the day, the SS United States rivaled the Titanic in opulence. She welcomed celebrities like Bob Hope, Harry Truman, Duke Ellington, and Salvador Dali with his pet ocelot. She even carried the Mona Lisa. The SS United States has one huge point over the Titanic. She didn't sink on her maiden voyage. In fact, she achieved an astonishing 38 knots on her inaugural trip, a record that still stands today. So, how did such an epic cruise ship end up stripped of her furnishings, languishing at a dock for 30 years, unable to leave under her own power? Well, with the rise of commercial air travel in the 1960s, ocean voyages became less popular. This set off an era of slow decline for the once majestic cruise ship. By 1968, she cost the United States line $4 million annually due to rising costs and falling ticket sales. In 1969, the SS United States was precipitously withdrawn from service. However, a clause in her construction contract designated her as a reserve Navy ship, and she could not be completely retired. Instead, she was hermetically sealed and spent 10 years waiting to be called upon to serve the Navy's needs. Finally, in 1978, she was deemed no longer relevant and put up for sale. I have to thank one of our viewers, R.R. Woodruff, for telling me about the SS United States. You can find out more about her fascinating history on our website, embracetoday.com. Do you have a cruise news story you'd like to see us cover? Reach out in the comments below or message us on Facebook with your idea. The SS United States was sold off to several enterprises with various schemes to make a profitable business out of her. But true to the idiom I mentioned at the top of this story, the ship had become a giant hole in the water to throw money. One private owner auctioned off her interior fittings to recoup his capital. Her propellers were removed and are now on display at 4 different locations along the East Coast. It looked like the United States was about to be scrapped when a campaign formed to raise funds for her conservation. In 2011, the SS United States Conservancy purchased the ship for $3 million, saving her from the scrappers, at least for a while. Unable to move the ship because of her missing propellers, the Conservancy entered an agreement with Penn Warehouses, the owners of Pier 82, where the SS United States had been docked since 1996. The contract stipulated that the Conservancy would pay a dockage fee of $850 per day until removal of the vessel from its current location. While this seems like a massive sum, the Conservancy's constant fundraising allowed them to cover this expense for the past 13 years. That adds up to over $4 million in docking fees for a cruise ship that isn't generating any revenue. Now, for anyone that's ever had to pay rent on anything, it is highly unreasonable to expect the rate to remain the same for 10 years. In August 2021, Penn Warehouse finally did the inevitable and sent the Conservancy a letter notifying them of an increase in rent. To be accurate, they doubled the rent to $1,700 per day with only a 2-week notice for the change. The Conservancy fought back, claiming the rent hike was an attempt by Penn Warehouse to force the SS United States off of the dock to make room for something more profitable. Suit and countersuit began. Penn Warehouse argued that the SS United States had begun to damage the pier, and the Conservancy was not upholding its part of the berthing contract to repair the damage. They demanded that the Conservancy paid the increased dockage fees and remove the SS United States from the dock as of March 28, 2022. The Conservancy fired back, asserting that Penn Warehouse doubled the rent at a time when repairs on the dock prevented them from hosting donor events for fundraising. They asserted that the rent hike violated their contract and refused to pay the increase. Things in the legal world are never fast. The case was brought to court in January 2024, and it took another 5 months to render a judgment. Finally, on June 14th, Judge Anita Brody issued her ruling. She dismissed Penn Warehouse's financial demands of back rent, but ruled in favor of their request to remove the SS United States from Pier 82. She pointed out that a notable omission from the berthing agreement was that it contained no end date, and that it was unreasonable for parties to intend for contracts to last forever. Judge Brody gave the Conservancy 90 days to find a new home for the SS United States. The problem is, the SS United States can no longer be moved under her own power. Merely relocating the ship will cost $500,000. A particularly active hurricane season has further complicated the logistics of moving the SS United States. On August 21st, the Conservancy released a statement saying that Judge Brody had indicated that the September 12th deadline for moving the ship could be extended if they had at least secured a new home for her by that date. But that is proving complicated. At nearly 1,000 feet long, few docks can accommodate this ocean liner. The Conservancy is currently seeking state and federal assistance to secure a home for the ship, but time is running out for this historic ocean liner. And that reminds me of another saying that boat owners have. The happiest day of a boat owner's life is the day they buy the boat. The second happiest day is the day they sell it.
But I don't think this particular saying holds true for the Conservancy. It was just announced that Oskaloosa County in Florida has passed a $9 million deal to turn the SS United States into the world's largest artificial reef, sinking this once great cruise ship below the waves. Maybe the SS United States has more in common with the Titanic than we thought.
Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this story, you should check out this one about Captain Chatino's unfortunate accent. And make sure you subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our update on the ongoing saga of the SS United States. But for now, remember that no matter what cruise line you're on or where your cruise ship takes you, adventure awaits.